Welcome to the deep dive. Think about this. You're managing a complex steel fabrication project, and suddenly you realize your team has been working off an outdated drawing.
Oh, that sinking feeling.
Exactly. The clock is ticking, costs are adding up, all because finding the right information felt like searching for a needle in, well, a digital haystack. Sound familiar?
Yeah, I think for anyone in steel fabrication, that's a definite pain point.
It really is. So today, we're diving into how to cut through that frustration.
Right. We've been looking at a range of reports and articles focusing on a really powerful combination, integrating Trimble Connect with Tekla Structures, and often, adding Tekla PowerFab for even more efficiency.
So this is like a fast track to understanding how these aren't just, another piece of software.
Exactly. They're real tools that can tangibly modernize and optimize your entire steel fabrication operation. We're talking clear benefits from the shop floor right up to the executive suite.
Absolutely. And this isn't just theory, right? These are based on real-world results companies are already seeing.
That's the key, real-world application.
So our mission in this deep dive is basically to pull out the crucial insights, the actual practical advantages this integration offers, both for boosting the day-to-day work of the teams.
And for hitting those strategic bottom-line goals for the business. That management perspective is crucial.
Okay, let's get right into it then.
So building on those challenges, those disconnected workflows, let's talk about how Trimble Connect steps in, because even with powerful tools like Tekla Structures, traditional steel fab still often struggles with processes that just aren't joined up.
Yeah, you're talking about things like relying on endless email chains, right? Or even physically passing around USB drives with models and drawings.
You still see it. And it's easy to see how that leads straight to version control chaos. That constant nagging doubt, am I really looking at the latest information?
It's a huge drain. Time, resources, just confidence, really.
And what's really interesting, I think, is the impact on communication. You get these silos, don't you? Between detailing and engineering, the PMs trying to juggle everything.
The shop floor trying to make sense of it all, and the site crews putting it together.
Exactly. And those gaps, those disconnects, well, they breed misunderstandings, errors slip through.
Yeah.
And ultimately, you get those costly delays nobody wants.
So Trimble Connect, how does it actually tackle this? For someone maybe new to it, what's its role here?
Well, think of it as your project's digital command center. It's a cloud-based common data environment, a CDE. And the key thing, really, is that it's not replacing Tekla Structures or PowerFab.
Oh, okay. It's complementary.
Precisely. It acts as the central hub. It connects the people, the different technologies you're using, and all that vital project info in one place, one accessible place.
So the core idea is establishing that, what's it called? A single source of truth for project data.
That's the phrase you hear, yeah. And it's fundamental.
Sounds like a big shift.
It really is. Forget that which version is latest. Headache. Trimble Connect's approach, this single source of truth, backed by its key functions, it just eliminates a massive source of errors and wasted time. Stuff that plagues projects relying on disconnected methods.
All right, let's dig into those core functionalities then. First up, real-time collaboration and communication. This seems aimed squarely at those barriers we just mentioned.
Exactly right. It creates this shared digital workspace. Everyone involved, designers, detailers, fabricators, PMs, site teams, they can all interact in the same environment.
How does that interaction work? Is it just chat?
It's more integrated than that. You get real-time commenting, review processes, but they're directly linked to the actual project data. So they're commenting on the 3D model or on a specific drawing.
Okay, that makes sense. Contextual.
Very contextual. And there's a to-do list function, too.
Right, so I mentioned. Sounds practical, like keeping track of action items.
It is, but it's more structured. It's a system linked right to model elements. Way less ambiguous than email or phone calls. You document an issue, assign responsibility, set a due date, track its resolution.
And you said link to the model.
Yes, that's the powerful part, the visual context. These totos can be tied directly to specific components in the 3D model.
Okay, hang on. So instead of an email saying, problem with beam B12 on grid line C, you can actually click on beam B12 in the model, see the comment, see who owns fixing it, and when it's due.
Exactly that. That visual clarity. It's a massive improvement over trying to describe complex geometry in words.
I can see that. It must cut down on so much confusion.
Absolutely. It removes ambiguity, boosts accountability, and stops things getting lost in the shuffle of a busy project. And newer Tekla Structures versions are even bringing in support for BCF BIM collaboration format topics.
BCF.
Think of it as like a standard language for talking about BIM issues. It lets you communicate problems consistently through Trimble Connect, no matter what specific software people are using.
Wow, okay. That sounds way more organized. So moving on, another key function, centralized data sharing and management. We touched on the single source of truth, but what does that mean practically, day to day?
Practically, it means Trimble Connect becomes the central, secure vault for all your essential project assets. Your 3D models, Tekla Native, IFC, DWG, whatever.
All of them.
All of them. Plus your 2D drawings, PDFs, DWGs, supporting docs, even things like point clouds or geospatial data if you need it.
So no more digging through shared drives or wondering which email has the latest approved drawing revision. That alone sounds like a huge time saver.
It is. And to make absolutely sure everyone is using the latest approved info, Trimble Connect has robust version control built in.
How does that work?
The system automatically tracks every change to any file. It keeps a full history of revisions. You can go back if you need to, but the main thing is ensuring everyone's accessing the current approved data. No guesswork.
Okay, but data security is always a concern, isn't it? Protecting sensitive project info.
Critical concern, yeah. Trimble Connect uses role-based access controls. Admins can set really specific permissions who can view, who can download, who can edit for different folders, different files.
So only the right people see the right things.
Exactly. Keep sensitive info secure. Plus, Trimble emphasizes their compliance with ISO 27001. That's a global standard for information security. Shows a commitment to protecting your data properly.
So this centralization isn't just about convenience, it's also about control and security.
Precisely. One secure place, version control, access management. It seriously boosts data reliability and fights that data sprawl problem where info gets scattered everywhere, causing confusion and errors.
Okay, so we've got streamlined communication, centralized data. What about actual project management? Oversight, does it help there too?
Yes, definitely. It has dedicated features for creating and managing projects. And a big plus for businesses on the paid plans is unlimited projects and unlimited members.
Unlimited, that's significant.
It is. Makes collaboration easier, removes barriers. The platform also tracks all project activities meticulously. You get a transparent log who did what when. Great for accountability.
And that to-do system fits into the PM side too, I imagine.
Absolutely. Vital for task management. Assigning actions, setting deadlines, tracking progress. And another key thing for PMs is just how accessible it is.
How so?
You can get to it via desktop app, web browser, mobile apps, iOS, Android, even mixed reality devices.
Mixed reality, wow.
Yeah, for immersive reviews. Plus, there's the Trimble Connect Sync tool, crucial for offline access. Think field teams with spotty internet.
Ah, right. Offline access is key for the field.
Definitely. And I should also mention Trimbeam technology.
Trimbeam, what's that?
It's Trimble's tech for handling those really big, data-heavy 3D BIM models efficiently. Tekla steel models can get incredibly detailed, right? Very large files.
For sure.
Trimbeam stores and streams that complex geometry in a really optimized way. So even on a mobile device, maybe with less power or a slower connection, you still get smooth, responsive interaction with the model.
Okay, that makes perfect sense. Especially for, like you said, field teams needing to see detailed erection models on a tablet out on site. Okay, now let's really get into the synergy. How does Trimble Connect actually integrate with Tekla Structures and Tekla PowerFab? We know they're complementary, but what are the nuts and bolts, the connection points?
Right. This is where the real power and efficiency gains shine through. So Tekla Structures creates the detailed, constructible 3D model. Tekla model sharing lets multiple detailers work on that same Tekla model together in real time.
Okay.
Tekla PowerFab is your steel management, software estimation, production, shipping, the works.
Got it.
And Trimble Connect, it's the connective tissue,
Right.
the overarching CDE linking these platforms and extending access to the whole project team.
So how do you get a Tekla model into Trimble Connect for others to see?
There are direct ways to publish your Tekla models, native Tekla format, OpenIFC, other formats right into your Trimble Connect project.
Straight from Tekla.
Straight from Tekla. And once it's there, the model, plus any drawings like shop or erection drawings, can be easily viewed using Trimble Connect's built-in viewers.
Viewers. So people without Tekla can see it.
Exactly. That's a huge advantage. PMs, clients, GCs, site crews, they get immediate access to visualize and understand the project, even without a Tekla license. And Trimbeam ensures it performs well even with big models.
Okay. And you can do things like clash detection.
Yep, model overlay functionality lets you combine models from different disciplines, steel, MEP, whatever, for clash detection and coordination. Plus, there's integration with Trimble Reality Capture. You can stream point cloud data from scans into Tekla via Trimble Connect for as-built checks.
Wow. Okay, so the model's in Connect. But what about changes? If the design gets updated in Tekla, how does that flow through so everyone sees the latest?
That's where the Trimble Connect sync tool is key. You set up a connection between folders on your local computer or network and the project in Trimble Connect.
Like Dropbox or something similar.
Sort of, but purpose-built for construction data. It syncs automatically or manually, keeping files updated both locally and in the cloud. Some fabricators even use Trimble Connect as their main project or firm folder for Tekla Structures.
Why would they do that?
It helps enforce standards automatically, ensures everyone on the detailing team uses the right company settings, components, templates, consistency.
Okay. Now, you mentioned a specific Tekla PowerFab connector. For a fabricator focused on production, that sounds really critical. How does that integration work?
It's incredibly valuable. The PowerFab connector provides real-time, often two-way, synchronization of critical production data between Tekla Structures and PowerFab, using Trimble Connect as the secure pipe.
So what kind of data flows?
Detailers in Tekla can push BUMs, fabrication packages, shop drawings directly into PowerFab.
See,
Pretty much. And once it's in PowerFab, that data fuels estimation, purchasing, inventory, production scheduling, all that. But the powerful part is the feedback loop.
feedback loop.
Updates from PowerFab, like project status, material availability, submittal feedback, change orders, can sync back automatically to the detailer in Tekla Structures.
So it's genuinely bidirectional, closing the loop between detailing and the shop floor.
Exactly. It breaks down those traditional silos between engineering and fabrication, creates this continuous digital thread through the whole workflow design, detailing, fab, QC, shipping. It massively improves visibility, communication, and efficiency at every stage.
Beyond just sharing models and syncing data, are there other workflow enhancements from using these together?
Yeah, definitely. Like you can link supporting documents, specs, RFIs, reports directly to specific objects in the 3D model within Trimble Connect. Contextual info right there.
That's handy.
Very. The Tekla Structures Organizer tool can also interact with data in Trimble Connect for better data management. There's an extension, the Trimble Connect Model Reviewer, that uses property sets to bridge data for more structured reviews.
Property sets. Okay.
You can even publish drawing annotations made in Tekla directly to Trimble Connect, so markups are visible to everyone. And again, that BCF topic support standardizes issue communication.
And I think I saw something about live collaboration coming soon.
Yes. Tekla Structures 2025 is previewing a live collaboration service. It'll allow multiple users to be in the same Tekla model concurrently, working together in real time, either via Tekla itself or through Trimble Connect.
So like Google Docs, but for a Tekla model.
Kind of. It opens up possibilities for real-time reviews, collaborative detailing, moving beyond just one person working on the model at a time.
Okay, so just to clarify, Tekla model sharing is great for the Tekla detailing team working together.
Right. Focused on Tekla users collaborating within Tekla.
But Trimble Connect expands that collaboration out to the entire project team, including non-Tekla users.
That's the crucial difference. Trimble Connect brings in the architects, GCs, clients, suppliers, site crews, the whole ecosystem. And it has flexible sharing, like view-only links for people without accounts.
Okay, we've covered a lot of the what and how. Let's really zero in now on the why. Why should a steel fabricator care, especially from a business standpoint? What are the actual tangible operational advantages, the bottom line impacts?
The benefits are really substantial, and they hit those persistent challenges that drag down efficiency and profit in fabrication. Top of the list has to be the huge improvement in communication and stakeholder alignment, just having that single, accessible platform for all the critical info.
It breaks down those silos we keep mentioning.
Exactly. Gets everyone on the same page, working from the same current, accurate data. And that clarity directly leads to a big drop in errors, costly rework, and that constant back and forth of RFIs.
Fewer errors, less rework. I mean, that sounds like direct cash savings for any fabricator.
Absolutely. Real-time access to approved data stops errors from outdated info creeping in. The collaborative reviews, the to-do system, they help catch clashes and issues early. Fixing problems digitally before you cut steel or send crews out, that saves serious money.
And the RFIs.
The streamlined feedback loops, especially with PowerFab involved, drastically cut RFI volume and turnaround time. We've seen reports of reducing RFI cycles from weeks down to days.
Weeks to days. That's huge. What about the impact on overall project management? Keeping things on track, on budget?
Well, Trimble Connect gives PMs much better real-time visibility across design, fabrication with updates often coming straight from PowerFab, and even erection progress from the field.
How does that visibility help?
Models can be color-coded by status, giving an instant visual check on progress. Activity logs provide an audit trail for accountability. All this accurate, readily available info just empowers PMs to make smarter, faster decisions.
Which leads to?
Streamlined processes, overall efficiency boosts, less time spent manually moving data, less time hunting for information, gains in submittals, change management, issue resolution. It all adds up.
And underpinning all of this is that single source of truth idea again, right?
Yeah.
Data integrity.
Precisely. Ensuring consistency and reliability across all departments, all phases. It kills the confusion and the risk of expensive mistakes that come from conflicting or old data versions.
So benefits right across the board. Let's get even more specific, though. What about individual departments? What are the concrete, measurable wins for different teams in their day-to-day? Let's start with engineering and detailing.
Okay, for engineering detailing. Tangible benefit. Faster model reviews, internal and external. The TOTOs linked to the model mean much quicker, clearer RFI responses, fewer errors in fab data like NC files because of that real-time collaboration and the PowerFab link, and managing design changes becomes much smoother with integrated workflows. Saves time, saves hassle.
Makes sense. And for the project management team, what are their direct wins?
PMs get that real-time, end-to-end visibility design, fab, erection. They can spot risks proactively through model reviews, make faster, better decisions based on accurate data. And the improved communication just leads to fewer delays, fewer cost overruns, better project outcomes, basically, better profitability.
Okay, on to the shop floor of the fabrication workshop. What are the practical benefits for the folks actually making the steel?
Big ones. Direct access to the latest drawings and the 3D model. Right there on the floor, usually on a tablet. Reduces errors from old paper copies massively.
I can imagine.
Being able to spin the 3D model around helps understand complex assemblies way better. Real-time reporting of fab status, often via PowerFab Go, improves scheduling, helps spot bottlenecks quicker. And if issues do pop up, those visual TOTOs mean faster clarification from engineering.
Right. And finally, the site crews. The erection teams out in the field, what's in it for them?
Huge advantages. Access to current erection drawings, sequences, model data on mobile devices, even offline, which is critical.
Yeah, connectivity can be patchy.
Exactly. They can report progress accurately right from the field, feeding back into the system. Documenting site issues is quicker and clearer. Snap a photo, link it to the model element, add a note. And overall coordination with other trades improves because everyone's working off the same connected info. Fewer clashes, fewer delays on site.
Okay, we've talked about workflow evolution generally. Can you maybe contrast a few key processes, like traditional way versus the integrated Tekla plus Trimble Connect plus PowerFab way, highlighting that efficiency and profit impact?
Sure. Take model sharing, traditionally. Export big files, email, FTP version confusion, access issues. Integrated way. Publish direct from Tekla to Trimble Connect. Secure, central, controlled access, full revision history.
Big difference. What about drawings?
Traditional. Print stacks of paper, manually distribute. Risk of old versions everywhere. Integrated. Latest approved drawings accessible digitally anytime, anywhere, by authorized people.
Issue resolution.
Traditional, like email chains, phone tag, marking up paper. Slow, easy to lose track. Integrated. TOTOs linked directly to model objects in Connect. Visual context, clear responsibility, tracked progress. Much faster, much cleaner.
Even something like material validation, checking the BMM against inventory.
Yeah, traditionally that could be quite manual, prone to error. With the Tekla PowerFab integration via Connect, it can become much more automated and accurate, validating against catalogs, streamlining PO creation, better cost control.
It really does sound like more than just tweaking things. It sounds like a fundamental shift in how you run a skill project, hitting both efficiency and the bottom line.
That's exactly it. It's moving from fragmented manual ways to a unified, data-driven digital approach, all managed through that central platform. It saves time, cuts errors, and just empowers better decision-making everywhere.
Okay, the potential sounds massive, but talk is one thing. Are there real companies, real fabricators who've actually seen these results? Can you share some success stories?
Quantifiable impact. Yes, definitely. Bennett Steel is a great example. They reported, get this, a tenfold increase in production after implementing Tekla PowerFab and Trimble Connect.
Tenfold. Seriously.
That's what they reported. They highlighted seamless shop field collaboration, field crews using tablets, instant progress reporting, all leading to lower field costs and higher profitability. They even cut job setup time from days down to half a day.
Wow, that's a transformation, not just an improvement. Any others?
Absolutely. DPR Construction used Trimble Connect as their CDE on a complex project, Waterline, great collaboration across multiple trades. They used Todos extensively for issue tracking, found it way more efficient than email. Field teams had models on tablets, caught issues early, reduced project risk, and they noted how easy it was for people to pick up and use.
Ease of adoption is important.
Crucial. Then there's Dave's Steel Company. They integrated Trimble Construction One, which includes Viewpoint ERP with Tekla PowerFab. Result: real-time, connected workflows, fluid data flow, less admin time. Macomb Steel, an early PowerFab adopter, consistently talks about the improved visibility and control they get over fabrication.
So these aren't isolated cases.
No. These examples, plus general industry reports, consistently show reduced labor metrics, faster RFI turnaround, real, tangible results for companies embracing this integrated approach with Trimble Connect and Tekla.
It's clear it's not just about convenience then. It's driving real, measurable business improvements. So shifting focus slightly for the top management, the business owners listening. What's the core strategic value here? Why should the C-suite pay close attention to this?
Well, from that top management view, integrating Trimble Connect isn't just buying software, it's a strategic investment in connected construction for the whole organization.
How so?
It turns those detailed Tekla models into true shared assets. It centralizes information securely, it streamlines workflows across departments, the direct strategic benefits, faster project delivery, higher quality outcomes, fewer errors, less rework, reduced risk, fewer cost overruns, and ultimately, yes, improved overall profitability.
And competitive advantage.
Absolutely. In today's digital construction world, this kind of integrated platform isn't just nice to have, it's becoming a key differentiator. It positions you better competitively.
Okay. Are there any key strategic points or maybe challenges that management should keep in mind when thinking about implementing this?
Yeah, a few important things. First, licensing. Trimble Connect has different tiers: personal, business, premium. You need to evaluate which features you need, especially for full integration like with PowerFab, which often requires the higher tiers.
Makes sense. What else?
Initial setup. While it aims to be seamless, configuring everything, especially the PowerFab connector and the sync protocols, needs proper planning and some technical input. It's not just flicking a switch.
Right. Implementation needs thought.
Definitely. And maybe most critical for long-term success: user adoption. Top management needs to champion it, provide proper training, support across all departments. Everyone needs to understand the why and how to use it effectively in their daily work.
But you mentioned it's seen as intuitive.
Many users do report it's pretty user-friendly, which definitely helps that adoption process. But planning for training and change management is still essential.
Okay, so let's bring this all together. What's the single most important message for our listeners to take away from this deep dive on integrating Trimble Connect with Tekla Structures and PowerFab?
The fundamental takeaway is this. For steel fabricators already using Tekla Structures, strategically bringing Trimble Connect into the mix offers really substantial, demonstrable benefits. Benefits that hit both day-to-day operational efficiency and the bigger strategic and financial picture.
It's about connecting the dots, really.
Exactly. By creating a truly connected, data-centric approach, this integration drives better communication, better collaboration, fewer errors, less rework, and ultimately, greater overall profitability for the business.
Okay. And for you, the listener, as you think about the examples and the benefits we've talked through today, maybe ask yourself this: what's the one aspect of your current steel fabrication process that you feel could see the most immediate significant improvement by adopting a connected platform like Trimble Connect? Give that some thought. Where are your biggest pain points, and how could a more streamlined, collaborative, data-driven approach make the biggest difference to your bottom line? Thanks for joining us for this deep dive.